Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my July TBR, and that is going to be every single book that I'm hoping to read in the month of July. I am so excited to share these books with you. I have a couple events and things that I have specific TBRs for, and I really want to show you guys those books. But before I get into them, I just wanted to thank you all for the exceedingly kind reception of my last video. I know that that was not my normal content, and if you watched the video about my divorce and you took anything from it, I just want to say thank you for seeing me and my experience, and thank you for being so kind in the comments. I get overwhelmed when I read the comments, so I haven't responded to any, but know that I'm reading them and I'm taking them in, and I appreciate you guys and that warm reception so much. So I just wanted to thank you for that and acknowledge it, but we will also get into my July books. The very first book that I want to start out with is my book club pick for the month of July, and this is no surprise. This is one of my favorite authors, so of course we're going to be reading his new release in my Pretty Girl book club, and that is With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I'm so excited to read this, and I'm so excited to read this with my girls. If you don't know, I host a book club. It's over on Patreon. For my top 2 tiers on Patreon, we read the book together. There's an exclusive reading vlog over on Patreon for this book. We have a live discussion. We talk about it. We do reading sprints. It's very fun. If you want to join, my Patreon is always linked down below. You can read along with us in the month of July. And this one is very, like, dare I say, Agatha Christie Murder on the Orient Express vibes. It is set in the 40s, and basically this girl knows that a certain person has taken out 6 members of her family, and she's trying to narrow down who exactly led to her family's demise. So she somehow traps them all on a luxury train together, and she's starting to parse out by like interviewing them who did this to her and her family. But a wrench is thrown into her plan when one of the people starts picking off everyone else. Seems like a juicy little murder mystery, and I hope we get some ridiculous over-the-top Riley Sager style twists in here. I want Riley Sager to have a return to form. I want him to go back to those outrageous, over-the-top, campy kind of thrillers that I was loving, like Survive the Night and House Across the Lake. I know not a lot of people have those as their favorites of Riley Sager's backlist, but those are my favorites, so I have high hopes for this one, especially because it has such a classic feel. I just feel like it can be camped up so well. So I'm very excited to read this one on Patreon. And then I have a few other new release thrillers that I want to get to in the month of July. I feel like I have the best lineup ever for a new release thriller vlog that will be coming out probably the 1st or 2nd week of July. I'm so excited to read these books. First up, we have King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby, and this is following a guy who does like financials, but his family got started in the crematorium business. And he is called back home to his little hometown where the crematorium is because his dad is in the hospital. And he figures out that there's a connection between his mother's death and his father ending up in the hospital. It's involving the business. It's involving money. He has to use his financial know-how and his also like general street smarts and scrappiness to get him and his family out of this situation. As with all of S.A. Cosby's thrillers, it's gonna be high action, fast paced, high octane, intense, and I could not be more excited for it. I love S.A. Cosby's books. I've given multiple of his books 5 stars. Multiple times they've been my favorite of the year, so I have high hopes for this one. I also have a new release from Lisa Jewell. This is Don't Let Him In, and we are following the perspectives of 2 women who are unaware that their lives are on a collision course hurtling towards each other because they have come into contact with the same ratty, scamming man. And I believe this is gonna be the psychological suspense story of them systematically taking him down. I love women getting their comeuppance. I freaking love Lisa Joel's writing style. This is another thriller author that I've given 5 stars multiple times in the past. She's kind of like my OG favorite thriller author. She is the author that really got me obsessed with British psychological suspense. And if this reads anything like her early novels, I just know I'm gonna love it so much. And the last one that I have for that video is Don't Open Your Eyes by Liv Constantine. Liv Constantine, another author duo that I have given 5 stars multiple times in the past. The Last Mrs. Parrish and The Next Mrs. Parrish are some of my favorite thrillers I've ever read, so I'm really excited to get into their new release. And this is a domestic thriller about a woman who has everything. Dream life, dream house, dream husband, dream daughter, everything is perfect, but she is plagued by distressing dreams of losing everything. At first, she just thinks she's crazy, she's paranoid, she's anxious about something, and of course these dreams aren't true until small details from her nightmares start showing up in her real life, and she worries that she is truly going to lose everything and her nightmares are going to play out in real life. Sounds so scary, sounds like such good psychological thriller material in here. I love Liv Constantine's writing style, so this is another one I'm just so hyped for. Like, this lineup of new release thrillers that I'm gonna read in July, it might take the cake as the most exciting, most anticipated new release thriller blog of all time. And I'm gonna stand on that. Like, I could not be more excited to read those. Next up, I have something else that I have a set TBR for, and that is my 24-hour readathon. I host 2 24-hour readathons a year on my Patreon, one in the winter, one in the summer, and our summer 24-hour readathon will be taking place on July 25th to July 26th. We have a ton of different little prompts to complete over the 24 hours, all based around scandalous summer. We're gonna be reading like summary books, tropical books, vacation reads, domestic thrillers, drama, rich people, all of those kind of things. So I have my TBR for the 24-hour readathon. This is everything that I'm hoping to read within 24 hours. Also, I know I already did a little plug for my Patreon when I talked about my book club, but I did just want to mention that the 24-hour readathon is for all tiers of my Patreon, not just the book club tiers. So you can join at the lowest tier and get access to the readathon and participate along if you would like. The first book that I have on that TBR is The Swimmers by Julie Otsuka. And this is a little novella. I believe it's just a contemporary story, but I've heard it's really emotional. I'm thinking that this is going to be a quick read. Obviously, it's a really tiny book. It's less than 200 pages, so it's good for a 24-hour readathon. And it's about this group of people who swim every single day at their local pool, but when a crack appears at the bottom of the pool, they are cast into an unforgiving world. One of the swimmers has dementia, and this throws her off balance. She is plunged into dislocation and chaos, swept into memories of her childhood and the Japanese-American incarceration camp in which she spent the war. So I believe the other swimmers have to come together and help her through this. It says it's a searing, intimate story of mothers and daughters and the sorrows of implacable loss. It sounds like really impactful, and I love something that's like really gonna hit me for a 24-hour readathon, because if I start reading many things back to back and it all runs together, I'm like, come on, somebody give me something. So I'm gonna save this for my desperation point when everything starts feeling the same in the readathon. I also have a thriller that's a little bit more backlist. It's a good for her thriller, Stone Cold Fox by Rachel Kohler Croft. And this is about a woman who is determined to marry rich, and she will do anything to get it. She has the target man that she wants to marry in sight, but the big challenge will be getting the approval from his friends and family, particularly his female childhood best friend, who is determined to cut out any one of his romantic interests. It becomes a cat and mouse game. It gets sinister. It gets, to quote the back, grisly. I am very excited to get into this because I've heard amazing things about it. It's supposed to be twisty, good for her. I'm excited. Next up, I think this will be perfect for the summer theme of the readathon. I have The Summer She Went Missing by Chelsea Icasso. And this is a YA thriller. It's about a girl who vacations in the same place every single year, and she ends up making like vacation friends with the kids who live in the house next door. There is a girl her age and then an older brother that she has a little romance with. But the girl ends up not coming home one night. She goes missing on one summer. The following summer, she comes back, links up with the brother, and they start to uncover clues in her room about what could have led to her disappearance the summer before. So they start putting all the clues together. It sounds like a very standard trying to solve the missing girl case kind of thriller, but I've heard really good things about the twists in here, and I'm hoping for some nice summer atmosphere, and the YA writing style hopefully will make it easy to read when I am dozing in the 24 hours. And my last pick for my summer 24-hour readathon is Tell Me Lies by Carola Lovering. I need motivation to read this book so I can watch the series now that it's been adapted on Hulu. So I'm hoping my 24-hour readathon will help me get through it. I don't know why. I've had this one on my TBR for the past few months and I just haven't picked it up. It just hasn't appealed to me throughout the month. And this is about like an addicting relationship between a girl who really wants to be loved and a boy who is determined to give her that while hiding all of his secrets. It's got lies, it's got some rich people drama. It seems like it's very scandalous and like the juicy domestic thriller of my dreams. Let's hope it works out that way. The next section of books that I have to share with you are the books that I'll be taking on vacation. I'm going on vacation at the end of July and I will be solo traveling around Greece. I'm literally so excited. I could not be more excited. If anyone has Greece recommendations, please put them down below in the comments. I'm so pumped. And of course, I wanted to gather together some books that would be good reading material for my Grecian adventure. First up, obviously, I have The Fury by Alex Michaelides. And I've not heard the best things about this book, to be honest, but I think if there's any setting where I'm gonna enjoy it, it's gonna be Greece. It just looks like Greece, like the evil eye. I believe it takes place in Greece on a Greek island. I think the atmosphere is gonna be amazing. Even if I don't like the book, how could you not read this in Greece? You know what I mean? It says it's not about murder. It's a love story, but we're following a woman named Lana, who is a reclusive ex-movie star and one of the most famous women in the world. Every year, she invites her closest friends to escape the London weather and spend Easter on her idyllic private Greek island. And apparently a murder is gonna happen there overnight while they're trapped all together. There's old friendships, secrets, lies, and a desire for revenge, with an unforgettable, allegedly, climax. I'm very excited to get into this. I feel like what book is gonna be better to read in Greece? You know what I mean? Like, I just think this is gonna be the fantasy. I am also bringing along with me The House on the Cerulean Sea. I know TJ Klune has some controversy, but I just keep hearing amazing things about this book, and I bought it before I knew about everything a few years ago. So I really want to read it if I have it on my physical TBR. It's also supposed to be like really emotional and really heartwarming. I feel like I'm gonna need something like that. Like solo travel, very eat, pray, love, very like emotional vibes. I want to lean into it a little. I believe this is like about a bunch of magical little orphan queer children, found family, little kids in an orphanage. And the guy who like runs the orphanage has like some secrets and whatever, and there's weird dynamics, but it's mainly queer rep, found family, magical vibes, cozy fantasy, and it'll make you cry. and I'm down for all of that. Next up, we have another one that's like, it feels like if I'm gonna read it anywhere, I have to read it in Greece, and that is Circe by Madeline Miller, although I'm considering finding the paperback version because this hardback book is so heavy. I think it's gonna add 1,000,000 pounds to my luggage. It is literally like, I can barely hold it up. Yes, I'm being dramatic, but also like, somebody run me that paperback. I know it's excessive to have 2 editions of one book, but like this one's so beautiful too. I don't want to like take this on the beach. And this is about the story of Circe, Greek goddess queen. Actually, I don't think she's a goddess. I think she is the daughter of a god, but she is banished by Zeus, and she gets wrapped up in all of these situations with iconic Greek mythology characters we know, Odysseus, the Minotaur, etc. And I think it's just gonna be like so fun. Like I'll be exploring Acropolis and the Temple of Hephaestus and all of this, and I can be reading this book. Like imagine me needing to take a little walking break. I'm finding a little bench and like reading this book in Greece. I'm gonna die. I also am bringing along with me The Wedding People by Alison Esbach. I freaking love Alison Esbach. I've read a few of her books in the past and every single one have hit for me, and this one has gotten such amazing reviews. People have said it's like perfect to read on vacation, so I'm trusting them and I'm doing it. I believe it's about a woman who goes to a hotel in order to complete suicide, to take herself out, but she runs into a wedding party there, and the bride makes it her own personal mission to keep this woman from ending her life. And apparently there's like beautiful atmosphere. It feels very vacation-y, but it's also emotional depth. Like it's not like a light beach read. And I want a good mix, you know, of like thriller, fantasy, emotional. It's all gonna be good. And then this is my plane book because obviously I will be on some long ass flights. I'm bringing Sky Daddy by Kate Folk to read on the plane. I just feel like I have to, you know what I mean? And this is about a woman who feels sexual attraction towards planes. It's like a My Strange Addiction situation. She is in love with planes. It's like her guilty pleasure, and I guess she's gonna fall in love with a man, and then that is gonna challenge her weird plane obsession. I don't really know what to expect. I've heard this one is weird and a hot mess. Those are the 2 things that I've heard in different reviews from people that I know. So I'm down for a weird lit fic. We all know that. And I'm interested in how this is gonna go. So those are all of my travel books. Everything else that I have on my July TBR are just like random books that I got on my Kindle because I know I'm gonna be on the go, running around, reading at the beach, reading at the pool, a lot of these different things in the month of July. I just wanted things on my Kindle that were ready to go. So I downloaded a ton of things from Kindle Unlimited that looked interesting. I also bought a couple ebooks, which I literally never do, but I just knew that lugging around 1,000,000 hardback books was not gonna be the most fun thing for me to do while I'm traveling. So let me show you what I got on my Kindle. So let's just go through my Kindle here and I will read you out every single thing that I have on deck for July. I've also been addicted to reading my Kindle recently, so I feel like I'm just setting myself up to be constantly reading so many books this month because I keep this Kindle on me. Like I'm following the Stephen King strategy of like, I will read 3 pages in line waiting at the photo store. Like that is what my vibe has been with my Kindle recently. She's attached to my hip. I freaking love her. So let's get into it. The first one that I have here is Mansion Beach by Meg Mitchell Moore, and I've really liked Meg Mitchell Moore books in the past. This one takes place in a Rhode Island, like rich, beautiful, wealthy people vacation destination, and it's a retelling of The Great Gatsby, but instead of like all these men duking it out, it's powerful women coming to a collision course together. There is rich people drama and there is a murder at a party and we gotta figure out who did it. It feels like the perfect summery beachy read. I believe this came out last year, but when I was looking at the Meg Mitchell Moore release from this year, I was like, wait, I think I missed one from last year. And sure enough, I missed Mansion Beach. I wanna read this before I read her 2025 release. Next up, I have The Villa. This is by Ruth Kelly. And this is a reality TV show thriller. It's giving Love Island murder mystery. But there is a journalist undercover as one of the contestants who is there to get all the dirt. And there's more to every single player than meets the eye, including our journalist. They all have secrets that they'd like to keep, but they also have to win the votes of the audience, meaning that they might have to expose their fellow players, and it's very important to keep their own secrets hidden away. Everyone says it's unputdownable. Everyone says it has amazing summer atmosphere, so I feel like this is gonna be perfect. I also have a book from KU that looks like a romance, but apparently it's a thriller, and it's kind of reminding me of the energy of this new horror movie that's about to come out with Alison Brie and James Franco called Together. It's actually called So Happy Together by Olivia Worley, and it is about a girl who goes on a few dates with this guy, and she just feels so attached to him. She's giving anxious attachment down boots, but it doesn't work out. She feels okay with it for a while until he starts dating someone new. And then she gets this little twitch in her eye that tells her maybe they shouldn't be so happy together. Maybe she wants him back. And I'm excited for an unhinged woman getting revenge. This is kind of giving me like Cross Her Heart energy, and I really liked that book, so I'm excited to see how this one goes. It also takes place in New York, and I will also be going to New York for a little bit in July, so I'm hoping to read this one while I'm there. Next up, I have the new S.E. Lines, and y'all know I love S.E. Lines, another one of my British thriller queens. This is The Summer Holiday, and this is about a woman who is hosting her college friend in her beautiful vacation villa. We are living a villa recently, apparently, and everything is set. She's like, the olives are dished up, the curtains are waving in the summer breeze, everything is idyllic and perfect, and her friend comes in and she's like, welcome, and then she witnesses this moment between the friend and her husband, and she's like, y'all know each other, y'all have history, but they're not saying anything and they're not acknowledging it. And she is determined to figure out the truth of how they know each other. She will stop at nothing to find it, even if it kills her. This just sounds so juicy, so good, such a mindless little vacation thriller. I'm so excited for it. And the last one that I checked out from KU is the Quarry? I literally don't know how to say this. The Quarry Girls, the Query Girls. This word is just, it feels wrong to me. I don't have queries by me in Texas, so I don't know what this is. But it's by Jess Lowry. Girl, Jess Lowry, girl, just go with it. It's this, okay? And this is a summery feeling missing girl thriller set in 1977. Three girlies are best friends. One of them disappears. The other two know things that they are not saying. Then one of the other girlies goes missing, and then it's just the one. There is police corruption, there are small town secrets, there is a string of missing girls, and we have to figure out what is going on here. I've heard this is so good because we're reading from the perspective of the one remaining girl, and she just feels like she's gonna be next the whole time. So it's this like high octane, like fast paced feeling of, oh my gosh, they're gonna get me. And I've heard that the killer reveal in this book is really good as well. So it's highly anticipated. I hope I really like it. And with that, those are all of the books that I'm wanting to get to in the month of July. I hope you guys liked hearing about them. Let me know down below if you have any vacation reading that you have books planned for, if you know of any more books set in Greece that I just absolutely have to read while I'm there, or your favorite books set in New York as well. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching this video. Don't forget to check out my Patreon if you want to read the new Riley Sager along with me in July, or if you want to participate in my summer 24-hour readathon. And of course, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss all the reviews of these books when they're finally up here. Thank you guys again for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't forget to go to therapy and read a book this week, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!